And here we go.
Again, 5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone! I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead.
We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized in the prime and his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams sleep. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being... Oh, no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope...
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, biddiga-dig-bee, biddiga-dig-boo.
So it begins. At my signal, unleash hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
And we're back. Yes, we're here. I'm pissed off a little bit, but I'm glad to see you all. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for all your love and your support. We try to do this twice today so we could be able to mark the inauguration of a 47, so we could be able together to enjoy it, to celebrate the beginning of a new golden age. And that means a president for all Americans. But it seems like a lot of people didn't like that. That's something that you could say kind of got under my skin, because nothing's going to stop us from coming together as slayers to enjoy it. See, that's one thing when you're a slayer. Doesn't matter. Life throws you obstacles every day, puts it ahead of you, but it's your job to run through it, run around it, jump over it. You do whatever it takes to get to where you need to go, especially when it comes to wanting to speak your mind. So welcome back. It's January 20th, 2025 in the year of our Lord, and we are here together. Who's here? Benjamin, you're back. Great to see you. Nige, always love seeing you, my friend. Emily Kruger, hail to you. Davina Duckworth, everybody, the gang is back. We'll keep growing, and more people will come in. It's funny, you have channels that can even have 500,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, and their notifications aren't going out. Some of them are only getting 5,000 people to show up. Some are getting 1,000 to show up. It doesn't matter. One by one, it's like a stone in a pond. The ripple goes out, and everybody can eventually feel it. They see it. So we're going to get there, step by step by step. Easy Gamer, how you doing, my friend? 92AB, all of you are amazing. I'm glad. Look, we got Olaf here. Hopefully Lord Thoth will join us soon, because then we have our amazing team together. So what happened earlier is we were showing the Trump inauguration. For some reason, it went off. And I got to tell you, a lot of you know my story, that I was kidnapped at the age of 7. Well, I was chained to a basement for a year, almost a year. And every day, I didn't back down. 7 years old. One demand that my dad had, he was like, just say one thing, that you don't love your mother, and all of this ends. I never, not 1 second did I bend. And I was like, from that point on in my life, didn't know it as a kid, because you can't codify this all in your mind. You can't sit here and go, you know what, this is why I'm doing it. It's just instinct, character, whoever you are as a person. And as you grow and you reflect back on it, you realize, I wouldn't trade that situation for any other time in the world. I wish my dad hadn't done it, but he did it. But it made me who I am. And these moments that happen today, that happen in all our lives, this is how you exercise your muscle. Here, and you keep moving, always forward. You never back down. You never bend the knee. Just forward. We got Blitzen coming in hot. Blitzen gifted 10 George Giant Slayer memberships. Bless you, my friend. Everybody go thank Blitzen. That is wonderful. You know, one of the things I noticed today was our new First Lady. Beautiful. Class act. I mean, when you look at her, you're like, this is a First Lady, someone who appreciates the position that she holds, the position that she has for the next 4 years. One who embodies elegance, who's like, this is a reflection on the United States of America. This is how the world will see us. And I just love it. We've had other First Ladies who've done the same, other First Ladies who've turned around, but it's been a long time since we've had someone that actually loved the country so much that they wanted to put on their best face. They wanted to put their best foot forward. When you have that, it makes you proud inside, because you look up and go, there's a role model. It's not about the clothes or having the money, you know, where someone's like, well, I don't have the money to be able to buy what she wears. I don't have the ability. She was a model. No, it's about how you feel inside and wearing and being your best. And she exemplifies that. She exemplifies it. Let's just take a look at it. You know, she went today to the inauguration, and just complete class class act. And you look back at what we've had, it's like, what the hell? Yeah, she does. She looked like she had a Tommy gun under the coat. Hello, baggage claim. How you doing, my dear friend? Always great to see you. Always great to see you. I hope you've had a wonderful start to the week to mark this historic occasion. Everything's going well for you. Always a lot of love for everything that you do. What a wonderful human being baggage claim is. And Eric K., the king of the mods, is joining us. Baggage, if you're free, you're more than welcome to join. Just let me know. We'll send you a link. But if not, have a blessed day, my friend. So you look at Melania. You look at Melania, and then you compare it to our former first lady, and you're like, it's somebody who, I don't know what the hell she represented, but it wasn't the United States of America. It was more of a, I wouldn't even say a leftist, but just somebody who didn't express exactly what I would call love and pride and honor for the country. And again, people are going to say, well, Melania Trump was a model. That has nothing to do with it. It's about how you feel. True beauty, true confidence, true love, true power, true honor shines from within. The poorest person could have a suit, but you're going to notice that suit, it could be something from a thrift store, but it's not going to have a thread out of place. It is not going to in any way look like they just woke up and rolled out of bed. They're going to look their best. And that's what I love about her. True grace. Absolutely. True grace and elegance. True grace. And that comes from within. You can't buy that. It's like yesterday on the 1 year anniversary celebration for Slayer Nation. In the day and age when you have recreational outrage, where people are monetizing this fake hatred, the only real flex is authenticity. Honesty is the only true revolution. Authenticity is the only flex. Everything else just goes by the wayside. Might be known for a moment, might get some fame for a single instant, but then just gone like that in a flash. So I love what Melania Trump has done. 100%. Yeah, RC, I was chained in a basement for almost a full year. I was beaten every day. My mother and father had divorced because my father was abusive when I was 6 years old. And after that, he had convinced me to keep a secret that we were going to go on this wonderful trip. Of course, I didn't know really at the time how his relationship was with my mother. I was a kid. It was my dad. I adored him. He's like, what do you think if we take a vacation and we go around the world, or we go to Greece? It'll be like going to Disney World. He's like, you just got to keep it quiet. You can't tell anybody. It's got to be a little surprise. So I never told anybody. About 3 weeks after that, of course, just something felt odd to me, because we started going to all these shops. He'd buy trains and toys and fishing poles. You name it. It was like he was packing for a whole new life. Told my mom. She told him. Of course, said, don't tell him, but she told him. And he's like, oh, it's all in the boy's imagination. He's just making it up because of the divorce. See what you've done. Yada, yada, yada. And I kept insisting on it. So she went to check, was there a passport in my name? Because she had a court order. Were there tickets? Nothing. Everything that she checked out, customs, airlines, and this is the days before the internet. So she had to go literally to every airline. Do you have this under my child's name? Any tickets, any papers? Nothing. So however he did it, nobody knew how, meaning like however he had gotten tickets and passports, she couldn't find it. So then one day I told her, today is the day he's going to take me away. She's like, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be fine. I told you, none of this is going to happen. He picked me up from school, sending a note to the office. Even she had told the school, she had written a letter, talked to the headmaster, said, do not ever let him, anyone but my mother or my grandparents pick me up from school for any reason. And he said it was a dentist visit or a doctor's visit. They pulled me out of class. He took me, went to the airport. I was like, I don't want to go. We ended up in Greece after going to Amsterdam and London and bouncing around. And that's when it all began. So we're here now. And we fight every day for every single one of you because we are Slayer Nation. Together, one, our home. And that's how we move forward. So I think what happened today is a beautiful thing. We have a chance for a fresh start. And I want to go through it. But before I do, I want to share something that really has gotten under my skin. It's Fetterman. I can't stand John Fetterman. I don't care how much he licks Trump's boots over the last few months. I don't care how much he pisses off the Democratic Party because he's like, I was elected to talk to Republicans. I was elected to work with Republicans. I cannot stand the way that he treats his office. It irritates me, like right down to my DNA. This is a United States senator, and he shows up for the inauguration looking like he's in the fucking frat house. This fucking lump. And it's not about the weight, it's about the mind and the character behind it. A lump. Do you go to an inauguration of the President of the United States? Doesn't matter what party it's about. And he goes like this. Again, people who elected him are supposed to look up to him. Children, when you're in class, you're supposed to be, that's my United States Senator. If you allow that type of decorum in the United States Senate, forget the uniparty and all that. That's a whole other bag. If you allow that type of decorum in the United States Senate, how do you think that trickles down to the rest of the culture? Well, that guy can do whatever the hell he wants. Why the hell shouldn't I just go to the grocery store looking like I'm wearing my pajamas? Why shouldn't I greet people like I look like a bum off the street? No. I cannot stand that. It aggravates me to no end. People are like, well, hey, this is a different age. I remember a time when you didn't go to a restaurant unless you wore a suit. You wore a jacket, business casual. You didn't step out of the house unless you were properly attired, clean, haircut, shaved. You looked how you felt. You brought pride to it, honor to it. You were there and you're like, this is who I am, world. It's not about a show. It's about a social contract which says we live in one country, in one community, in one world. How do I reflect that? And I look at Fetterman, I'm like, he don't give a shit about anything. Not a damn thing. What are you saying? I don't go on the shop in my shorts, let alone try something on the highest stage. I know. Ames, I know. You have DNC shills, Benjamin? Is that what's going on? They're talking about him? For what? Because they're jealous. Think about this. You had Michelle Obama. How many times was she on like a Vanity Fair, a Vogue, and Elle? How many covers was she on? First Lady of the United States. How many covers was Melania Trump on as First Lady in the first term? 0. It's called jealousy. But see, we all know that. But now it's a different time. It's the same way. Where do I have that? I got to get off the screen, numbnuts. Oh, here it is. Let me show you this one. And I'll finish up with my Fetterman rant. So you're like, did he actually go inside the rotunda for the actual swearing-in ceremony like that? You're like, no way. Maybe he just walked that way. He would probably go to his office, put on his suit, jacket, tie, polish himself up. But no. Here he is. If it was me, I would have bounced his ass out of there so fast his head would have spun. He'd had grown hair back by the time I was done with him. No way. I mean, what the hell is that, a joke? He should not have been allowed in there. Not for a second. Goofball. Anyway. So, then you had this Mo. Where are we? Then you had Jeff Bezos show up. Now, Jeff Bezos, you all know, it does look like workout clothing. That, or he thinks he's still in a frat house, which people I know in frats would never go that way to the Capitol for an inauguration. Again, this isn't some, beach barbecue where you're going to go, hey, let's go hang out with friends. It's not going to the Rose Garden for an Easter egg roll. It's not going over there to let's have some steaks or put some shrimp on the Barbie. No, it's the entire nation's eyes are on it. Forget that. The world is watching. What do you think the world is thinking? Going, yeah, that's their United States senator. The CCP is probably playing clips of that 24/7. Look at them. And half of strategy is how you project strength. You think that is an image that projects strength to the CCP, to any of our enemies around the world, to any people who want to take advantage of us? No. That turns around and it makes him look at that. Has no respect for himself, no respect for the office. That's what you expect. Yeah, not a second. And then you got Jeff Bezos showing up. Bezos, the man who destroyed Tolkien, which y'all know that's a personal bone of mine, which I always pick at because it drives me crazy. But the other thing that bothers me about Jeff Bezos, I don't think I've ever shared this before. Maybe in a video I roasted him for it, is the fact the guy was married for 25, 28 years to the woman that he loved, who helped him build everything, grow his family. And then he screwed around her. I despise affairs. Despise them. When I was going through troubles with my wife, for whatever reason, and I've noticed, it's like whenever you're going through troubles with your spouse, it's like you always get tested. There would be women who would be like, hey, you're going through this time. You want to do a little winky winky? I'm like, no. God forbid. I say if I ever get divorced, we'll look at things then. But it's just something to me fundamental about a person's character, that if you're going to break your oath to the person that you love, then you can screw anybody over. God, kids, business partners. I'm like, why in the world would I ever trust you? Why would I want you anywhere near me in business? You have a problem with your spouse. You can't fix it. Nut up, work it out, or get the hell away. That's it. Very simple. Takes guts, courage. So Bezos shows up with what I call the bimbo on his arms, and she's got her boobs popping out. Now, you all know I'm a boob man, but this is, again, not the occasion. Worse than that, it was so bad. Where's the picture? You had Mark Zuckerberg, who's staring. Because they're out there like coconuts. I know, Talk. She's not a third. He's too funny. Hey, Nick the Greek, how you doing? So that bothers me. So you got Fetterman, you got Jeff Bezos, and you got his high-heeled bimbo. And even Mark Zuckerberg's like, whoa, look at that. Because, he's only used to looking at those through AI. But now we're done with him. Made enough fun of them. They deserve it. Did anybody hear about the pardons? 20 minutes before President Trump was sworn in. 20 minutes before he was sworn in. Biden, in his last action, put out a slew of pardons. Unbelievable. I think you're going to be shocked. Shocked. Hey, it's the Phobos. Great to see you. Great to see you, my friend. I'm trying to... Fletcher, can you did you send the link to Verbal? Or maybe I should send it.
It'll cost you.
Yeah, I sent it a little bit. Do you want me to text Mr. Coleman?
No, it's okay. Send me the link to me. I can't find the link.
Oh, no problem.
And that way I'll tweet him because he might. Let me get it. Where did I put that? Hold on, guys. 1 second. I want to just... This Verbal had wanted to come on.
Oh, cool.
Where did I put the StreamYards? Oh, I can't open that one. Got to open this one. Yeah, I was about to do the stupid thing, which was, oh, I need to get my StreamYard link and exit out of the live.
Oh, right.
Nope, not going to do that.
Right.
So let's get this going. Here we go. Where are you? Verbal.
Well, we did have the Biden pardons Fujimilian members of January 6 palace. That's what you were talking about. It's just crazy.
So here we go.
You got
So we're not going to use that name because YouTube doesn't like it.
Oh,
but yeah, it's okay. So what happened was, that's only a bit of it. That's only a bit of it. Where is my screen with the full? Here we go. So 20 minutes before number 47 is sworn in, you got this. Literally minutes before he leaves office, Joe Biden just issued blanket pardons for his closest family.
Wow.
Having previously pardoned Hunter Biden, the departing executive just pardoned his brothers James and Frank, along with his sister Valerie and their spouses.
Why? Why would they need pardons?
I know. It goes the Biden family crime syndicate, those who engage in the benefit of Joe Biden selling the influence of his office for financial gain, are attempting to preemptively pardon themselves from any investigation or prosecution of their criminal conduct. Recent legal debate has surrounded the issue of a prosecutor who may bring an indictment against a person after they have been issued a pardon. The state may present evidence of the crime. The defendant may or may elect not to present exculpatory evidence or a defense and also plead the pardon. The court might or might not proceed to render a verdict, but he pardoned them.
Wow.
Here it is. Executive grant of clemency, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., President of the United States of America. To all to whom these presents shall come, greeting. Be it known that this day I, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., President of the United States, pursuant to my powers under Article 2, Section 2, Clause 1 of the Constitution, have hereunto granted James Biden, Sarah Jones Biden, Valerie Biden Owens, John T. Owens, Francis W. Biden, a full and unconditional pardon. But look at the date, guys.
Wow.
From January 1st, 2014.
Wow.
January 1st, 2014.
Wow.
Down into the future.
Wow. Well, Davina said it right. Pardon not valid on account of dimension criminal intent.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's worse is he also pardoned somebody which for some reason most of the news has not picked up yet. He pardoned Mary McCord. Now, a lot of people may not know. Yeah, I agree, people, Julie, but preemptive pardon should never hold up in court. Ever.
Yeah.
It goes, forget General Miley, which he pardoned this morning. He also pardoned the killer of that police officer from the 6th.
Oh, yeah.
But then he did Mary McCord, just so you understand who Mary McCord is. Let's go down and see what she's involved in. What was she involved in? It's a name that, unless you follow politics all the time, you might not be familiar with.
I don't know who she is. She doesn't even seem familiar.
She is the one who submitted the fraudulent FISA applications. She's the one who created the Logan Act claim against Flynn. She's the one who left the DOJ and went to work for Schiff and Nadler on the impeachment committee. She's the one who organized the CIA rule change with the intelligence community inspector general. She organized the impeachment effort in the background using the evidence she helped bring together. And it goes on and on and on and on.
So she knows where all the bodies are buried, basically.
Yep. This is what some people speculate. Now, this is going to be a little speculation. This is what some speculate, because I like when I have facts, I share with you the facts. When I don't, I tell you straight. So what many people, political analysts and historians, believe, they speculate that this was the reason for the raid over at Mar-a-Lago, because Trump had filed a lawsuit. And he wanted to expose all of this, all the machinations of everything from the first spying on his campaign to the Russia, to everything, to the Vindman, everything that they came after him for. He wanted to blow that whole thing open. And he had all that evidence. Now he's president again. So we're going to see where this goes. Yeah, we have seen unprecedented abuses, Davina. Unprecedented. And you're talking about that. I think I played it earlier, but I want to play just a bit of it again. Because we had gotten cut off. This is from the Speaker of the House. Where did I put you? Over here. Is it over here? No. Oh, here we go. So this is the Speaker of the House. I'm going to play just the relevant section. So, because today YouTube is acting really weird.
Right.
I don't want to play the whole thing. Who knows? Well, I'm going to set this up so we can just cut to the portion where he's explaining it. So he went to the White House, was having a meeting with the president, staff there, other members from Congress. They finished up their meeting, and he was explaining to the president, like he was asking him, he's like, can you please give me an explanation why you signed the LNG export executive order where he was limiting it. He's like, that's killing us, especially in Louisiana and in other states. That's, like our bread and butter. It's more than that. It allows us to work better with our allies because you have a lot of liquid natural gas. At the same time, it's fueling, he said, the whole thing you're going against, which is Russia's expansion. When you limit the export, it means it's going to drive the price up. They have unlimited reserves. They're going to sell it, make more, and that's building their empire bigger for everything that you say you're supposedly against. Well, so the Speaker of the House basically says, well, I can finally share it since yesterday the Wall Street Journal came out and blew the lid off the story. See, this is where, to me, the guy is Weasley. I know what Ron said earlier, and I respect it. He's like, what difference would it have made if he had shared this last year? Nothing would have happened. Everybody would have said, it's just GOP smears. It's just GOP lies. But I think having all the information is one thing that we've been lacking from both parties. They like to control it. They want to tell us what to do.
Yes.
And when you control all the information, that means we have to be, they think they spoon feed us. They treat us like children. And children are, in their eyes, serfs. We're not serfs. They're not lords. They represent us.
Right.
They don't rule us. That's the difference between a leader and a ruler. One represents, one is over you and tells you what to do. So you have the Speaker, and he explains here where he was shocked.
Natural gas is in great demand by our allies. Why would you do that? Because you understand, we just talked about Ukraine. You understand you're fueling Vladimir Putin's war machine because they got to get their gas from him, And he looks at me, stunned with this, and he said, I didn't do that. And I said, Mr. President, yes, you did. It was an executive order, 3 weeks ago.
You got that? So what he's blowing the lid on is the fact that he was saying he did not know who was running the country.
Yep.
He says people were just putting papers in front of him and
he was just signing them.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. That's it. That is what is crazy.
No, you have this sense to where you knew as soon as Trump won the election, you noticed how everything went to Mar-a-Lago.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody went to Mar-a-Lago. Everybody started, hey, Trudeau came. Everybody came and bent the knee and stuff. Because I think that's what was really fueling the nation. And I don't know what they were doing in Washington. And now we finally figured out that they don't know either.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't know. They don't know. Do me a favor. Go check in the back while I'm doing this real quick to see if you got a response.
All right.
Real quick. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Isn't Fletcher awesome? Not only a producer, but you're talking about an intelligent human being. Shows up on the panel. We can have a great conversation. See, these are rare qualities. That's why I love everybody that we work with. Everybody in the chat. Your XRP is up. I bought $10. Did y'all hear about what Trump he made? I just heard about this. I had no clue that the president put together. Where is it? A breaking news, impressive. Donald Trump launches the Trump meme coin that reaches $32 billion in worth in one night. Yeah, Fletcher is cool. He is awesome. We're gonna have him back more. Imagine that. The coin is now worth $32 billion overnight. Where is this other one? Now, I want to go through. We got Fetterman with pardons. Oh, our friend. Where are you? AOC didn't show up today. Of course, instead of just not showing up without saying anything, she had to throw in a few words and go on social media and tell everybody why she didn't show up. Yeah, Fletcher is cool. He is badass.
All these journalists are like, Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Congresswoman, are you going to the inauguration? Are you going to the inauguration? Let me make myself clear. I don't celebrate rapists. So no, I'm not going to the inauguration tomorrow.
Did you see that? It's like how and she had the audacity where she was right after the election. Well, you know, she pulled her pronouns down from her X profile, all of her social media profiles. She said we have to start working together because her squad was annihilated politically, just vaporized. And then you see everybody's true colors come out. I always like that. I always like knowing where you stand. I hate the fakery of it. That's one of the things I despise about politicians. And I think that's one of the things that draws so many people to 47. Is he just says it like it is. He's like, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. This is the direction we're going. Boom. It's the same way with his executive orders. I'm waiting for him to start signing them. He is supposed to today, depending on the reporting, sign anywhere from 100 to 200 executive orders. A hot mic picked up Mark Zuckerberg during that photo, and he was starting to say, are those name brand or Amazon Basics? It's the Phobos. I know they call it political theater, and it drives me crazy. The Kabuki theater, I'd rather have someone say, you know, I would have more respect. I didn't mean I would respect them, but I would have more respect for a radical to go, you know, this, I'm a communist. I despise communists. But if they stood up and said, this is what I want, I'd be like, okay. You had the balls to state it clearly, not hide, not call it DI, bridge, equity, diversity, inclusion, social justice, intersectional, none of that. Just say it straight up because nobody would buy it. And that's how you know they're afraid of what they actually believe in. They have to trick people. And I think that's one of the things that angers people the most about Trump. He's like, love my country, want us to be the best. We're going to be the best. We're going to take care of us first. And after we've done that, we're going to help as many as we can. But we're going to do it systematically with a process. We're going to make sure that everybody succeeds. Provide them the opportunity to, but not like in a socialist-based system. We're going to provide them the opportunity to succeed by removing the regulations that stop them, by changing the school system so it can raise children with the proper knowledge, bring back civics, bring back proper history, you know, teach them how to balance a budget, teach them how to work, how to run a house. What does it take when you're married? What kind of spine do you need to get out there and fight? Because life's a battle. Don't ever be fooled by that. Life is a battle. Every day you get up, greatest day in the world, smiling, you still have a battle. You got a battle to put food on the table. You got a battle for your family. You got a battle of the people who want to take it away from you. But it is a fight. Sometimes you can turn that fight into a dance and you can have a great time. But for me, I've always viewed it through that lens. No more political dynasties. I see that. I want good people. I don't like political dynasties. I want good people. I really don't care who they are. If you told me tomorrow there was a Democrat, right, and they were saying the same things as Trump, I would have voted for them. Like if Trump was a Democrat and he was running, I would have voted for him. I don't care about the political parties anymore. I think MAGA is the closest thing we've come in 40 years to having an actual second party. We just don't have enough of them in Congress. We don't. But no, I don't care about that. The dynasty thing, it irritates me, but if somebody is really on the ball and they're really good, I don't care. I will say I learned my lesson with the Bushes. Whew. I still feel guilty for voting for George W. I will never, never, never in that way forgive myself. Because why? Because I fell for it when I was younger. I bought the bullshit that he was selling. And it was only, I think, starting in his second term, and specifically, I was like, yeah, this guy, he's just full of it. He doesn't give a damn about anybody. Not a damn person. And then when Obama came in, I started recognizing that Obama's policies were almost identical to Bush's policies, just named differently. Yeah, so no. So one of the things that Trump is focused on today are the executive orders. Executive orders. Let me get this. Hey, Fletcher, you got to take a look at this. Hey, look at these.
Oh, no.
Executive order. So here's what they're saying. Here are the latest on what to expect, what the president plans to do. President Trump is expected to sign as many as 100 executive orders within hours of taking office Monday afternoon. A desk where Mr. Trump may sign some of the orders was set up. Oh, God, wait a minute. Where's that picture? Can you find that picture? They had set up a desk at the Capitol.
Oh, yeah. He's doing it right now.
Yeah, we're not going to show that because, YouTube is acting. Yeah, because YouTube is acting weird, but we'll read the articles. Who fell for Bush? Tomes 23. See, I understand you, Tomes. It's something I kick myself in the ass for all the time. So ever since then, when I woke up, call it red-pilled, it's like I paid attention. I scrutinized. I didn't scrutinize just the policy. I would scrutinize, where will this policy take us? What will the end result be? And then who is behind it? Who benefits from it?
Mm-hmm.
Only then to understand, is this real? Is this more theater? Or is it just all smoke? Hey, Laniers. Glad to see you here.
Is this the one you're talking about?
Nope. There's another one where they actually show a shot of the desk in the Capitol Rotunda. Let me see if I can.
I'll look for it.
I had it up. There we go.
Got it.
The camera went out. I'm not drinking today.
Drink.
Yeah, not today. Not today. No. Not today. Hold on. Here it is. I found it. Bugger.
Nice.
So this is set up for him. So that is where he's set up. Yeah, me too, Tomes.
Wow.
I was one of the first people when I heard that. I was like, yes, we need that. We need that Patriot Act. How are we going to stop him? But I didn't realize at that time that what was really happening was how they were telling us about, well, we need the Department of Homeland Security in order to not only help us with the continuity of government, but to streamline the sharing of information between all these agencies, because they weren't sharing information, except for the fact that all it ended up doing was creating more silos so they could keep information from each other while all knowingly operating
right
towards the same goals. Then you had Obama come in, who took that vehicle that President Bush made, and he weaponized it.
Yep.
He weaponized the Justice Department against what? Turning Americans into enemies. That was the worst thing.
That's insane. That was insane. And they were still using it on the Biden administration freely.
Yep. That's why I'm waiting to see what actually happens now and how they're going to deal with it, because we've had oh my God, her name just slipped my mind. What's her name? The one who was just... They say she flip-flop on FISA. The one is... Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
Well, I know the other things that they were upset is because, he canceled the app that the illegal immigrants were using to fast track their documents already.
Yes, sir.
It's just, it's insane. I mean, he's already been getting stuff done behind the scenes. And it's amazing that right away he's not messing around. He knows that he's got to get the stuff done.
He's not messing around. Here we go. I'll bring it right back.
All right, cool.
All right. Okay, there goes the damn camera. Okay, you're just gonna mess with me today. So it goes, let's get these. What are the orders? All right. After taking the oath of office, Mr. Trump said in his inaugural address that he would sign orders declaring a national emergency at the border, allowing the deployment of troops in a national energy emergency, allowing him to unlock powers to speed permitting for pipelines. Mr. Trump said he would also sign orders designating cartel organizations as global terrorists and ending electric vehicle mandates passed by the Biden administration.
Wow.
Incoming White House officials have said that Mr. Trump would sign an order ending asylum and birthright citizenship. It is not yet clear what the order will do since the Constitution guarantees citizenship for those born in the United States. Well, he's setting it up to go before the Supreme Court. It's going to take a long time.
A long time.
That's what. But here's the other thing. He's signing an executive order naming the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America.
Awesome.
I was like, wow. Of course, that's pissing a lot of people off, but I love it. I'm like, let's go.
It's amazing because even like think the president of Mexico the other day was having like a hat. She wore a hat called "Make America Mexico Again" or something like that, and it's like oh, it's taking pot shots. And look at the hey, boom.
It's he knows what he's doing. I mean, I know he was trolling Panama. A lot of people were like, well, you know, what is this crap that he's saying about the Panama Canal? And I was like, you know what? He is in a way trolling, but he's not, because our ships that are going through the Panama Canal are being charged outrageous fees just to go through there. And so what he wants to do is, usually if you read The Art of the Deal, he starts, as he would say, he would start at something like that would sound insane so he can negotiate from there. It's like, okay, I am going to take the airspace from you. You're like, you what? Your oxygen. I'm taking your oxygen. You're not going to have oxygen. And they're like, well, you can't do that, but I'm going to do it. And they're like, okay, so you don't mind then if we put a plant there? No, just leave my oxygen alone. So it would drive people crazy. Yeah, he does. Thank you for that. Somebody just shared it. It was Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, so Tulsi Gabbard had stated for years how she was against FISA.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said she flip-flopped the other day by saying that she's for it. I think that is, again, just to get through confirmation.
Yes.
I think she cannot state publicly during confirmation that, yeah, I'm going to rip it apart, which half of you depend upon.
Right.
So I think she's going to say whatever needs to be said, and then she's going to get into office and find a way to unwind it.
Yeah, I do think there's a lot of deals being made that.
Oh,
I mean, that's a whole lot of deals. Yeah, Dante's here.
Hey, Dante.
Hey, how's it going on, boys?
Going well.
Cheers, bro.
How you doing?
Good, man. I'm you know, I had some things I had to do earlier today, so like I haven't had time to really watch the inauguration and take in everything. I watched a couple of clips, and it just so happens right when I turn the news on, it's just Trump going at everybody, and I'm like, yep, that's what we voted for.
Yeah,
he wasted no time. I'm like, okay, it's the inauguration. He'll probably play nice. Nope. He just went right in. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
He went straight for the throat.
Oh, he wasted no time. He just went right in. I'm like, all right.
And I love that about him. Because see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I was just sharing with everybody before you got here that if Trump were a Democrat today, I would have voted for him. Like, I don't care about parties. I just want somebody who loves America. I care about policy.
Yeah.
Policy. Like, I could give a damn about it. I just want somebody who loves the country first. I believe in my bones that man loves this country. And I don't know when the last time I could say that about a president. Truly loves it.
I totally agree. And I you know, it's so weird because I was one of those people, man, back in 2016, you know, I had TDS and all that. And, you know, I thought he was going to be like the worst thing ever to happen to us and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, just completely on the Democrat, you know, train the whole time, right? Voted Democrat my whole life. And, you know, as I, you know, started to wake up, I realized, like, you know, he doesn't have to do this.
No, he doesn't. He's a billionaire.
He doesn't have to do this. The guy is rich. He could be living his best life, not just with Melania. He could have a harem of women if he wanted to, right? And living in a foreign country in castle somewhere, right?
I
But
agree.
he chooses to put himself through scrutiny. He chooses to battle, witless politicians. And I'm like, okay, it's time to call a spade, right? I mean, this guy loves this country. He has to do this. Like, he literally has to.
Yeah, it was put to the ringer for it. And I mean, nobody should have to go through what he went through. I mean, it's insane.
Oh, dude, here's the thing. You know what's funny? If Trump never ran for office, all these people would love him.
Oh yeah.
Like all these celebrities, all these media, these mouthpieces, they would love him if he never ran for president.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, God,
like
they
if he
did
had
love
never
him.
become president and he just stayed Donald Trump, the apprentice, Donald Trump, he would have been fine. Right?
So he was beloved by everybody. How many rappers? How many people? How many stars? How many celebrities? How many films? How many TV shows? How many? I mean, it's like the man was completely. He was a superstar in many ways, a cult figure.
He was a celebrity.
And as soon as he walked down that escalator, the moment he walked down that escalator, all of a sudden he became enemy number one for them.
Well, yeah, because he ran as a Republican, right? That's why.
But I think
if he had run as a Democrat.
You think so? With his policies at that time, the way the Democratic Party had shifted?
I think he would have got a lot more sympathy running as a Democrat than running as a Republican, right? So, I mean, the thing about Trump, man, is that, and the reason why I can safely say I feel like he does love this country is he didn't make his money off of government.
Right.
Right? All of these career politicians who get paid a salary by us, they don't give a shit about this country.
Oh, God, no.
And most importantly, they don't give a shit about us.
Not one bit. That's what I was just talking about. I know this seems trite. Real quick, Istafobos, I agree with you. I was disappointed in Tulsi Gabbard. I am holding out hope. I'm holding out hope, given a track record, that she is following somebody's orders and it's not her decision, and it's just to get this over with. Now, if she turns around and continues pushing this FISA bullshit, then not only will I be disappointed, I will start going after her.
But also, man, I feel like with that, it seems really off-brand for her.
I know. That's why I said it has to be some stratagem.
Yeah,
it doesn't make, because she has been against it. That's one of her defining issues. But I wanted to share with you. Did you see this? Because you're talking about love of country. Trump does not have to do this, right? That's what we're saying. He doesn't. He has the money.
The man is rich. Look, if I were rich, if I were a billionaire, the last thing I'd want to do is run for office.
Right. Yeah. So think about that. He had to put that all aside, sacrifice all of that in order to serve his country, which is, you're going to say, honorable, 100%. And then you got this slug, this putz, this schmuck, this toad, who shows up to the Capitol, like he's in a fucking frat.
I know that's like, it's supposed to be part of his charm, right? Part of his appeal is that he's the everyman, right? No. To me, he acts like a bum. He looks like a bum. Yep. You know what I mean? It's like I don't get it. Like, he doesn't represent the everyday guy. You know what I mean?
Does that to you? Because I was saying 1 second,
it looks unprofessional, and also, to be honest with you, it looks like he doesn't care.
But that's the point. Where is the love? There are going to be kids, because you know how it was when we'd have inaugurations. You're in school. You're going to have teachers who are going to put it on the television. They're going to roll, at least back then, they would roll it in, and they'd be like, let's all watch the next president of the United States, get sworn in. Let's talk about the history. And you're going to turn around. You're going to see Fetterman in shorts. What are those kids going to think? Are they going to be like, that's
look, you got to dress up a little, man. Look, I know for a fact, like Lauren Boebert, I mean, to her credit, You know, she may dress like a hoochie everywhere else, but
not at there.
But not when she's in office. Not when she's like doing her job. She dresses professional, man. You know, she doesn't wear those slutty dresses she wears when she goes to to the theater.
I do think there needs she's not.
You know what I mean?
She's not in the Capitol Rotunda where someone's comping a field. No,
right?
You know what I mean? Keep that over there.
She's not giving a guy a handy in office. I mean, in Congress. I'm just saying, you got to be professional, man.
It bothers me, and he's just taking it to the point where it's today is not the day. And again, I wouldn't care who was going into office. I wouldn't today, meaning for that specific matter. Obviously, I wanted Trump. I'm saying if it was somebody else going in there, I would not want him dressing that way. It just does not set the right tone, send the right message. Anyway,
no, and we talk and we come down on we do talk about career politicians and we do look down on it. But the thing is yeah, we don't like it. But at the same time, man, look like you do your job. Like look like you're, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like don't show up in shorts and a hoodie to Congress.
Come on. Yeah. And did you see 20 minutes before Biden was out of office? His last 20 fucking minutes, pardon my language, everybody. His last 20 minutes. 20 minutes. He pardons Fauci, Miley, the whole six panel, the officer with Babbitt. He pardoned his entire family.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. And you know what? This is the last act of a piece of shit.
Yeah. But he pardoned his family. Two brothers, a sister. From January 1st, 2014. I was just reading it.
Which, by the way, I don't even know how that's legal.
I don't know.
How is that legal? So you're saying that okay, that if your son commits another crime, that he can never go to jail for anything he does?
It seems to be a blanket pardon starting from January 1st, 2014, going into the future. I think Trump is going to. I think the new White House is going to challenge that. There's no way. There's
no way. And dude, honestly, Fauci needs to be in jail.
I agree, but
like fuck all the we should sue him. No, he needs to just be in jail.
Right, but listen to his reasoning. This is Biden's reasoning. The issuance of these pardons should not be mistaken as an acknowledgement that any individual engaged in any wrongdoing.
No, it does.
Of course, everybody knows that. It says, nor should acceptance be misconstrued as an admission of guilt for any offense. Our nation owes these public servants a debt of gratitude for their tireless commitment to our country. The prospect of such pardons has been the subject of heated debate for months at the highest levels in the White House. The whole reason he gave it is he's saying that all of these officials that he's pardoned have been under threat, under duress from under, he's basically pointing the finger at MAGA, that these brave public servants who've given their all for the country.
You know what? Here's the thing. I think we could even question his sanity. We can say he's senile. We can say that he doesn't have all his faculties when he made this decision. Like this could be challenged, man.
I hope so.
It could be challenged because Biden's not all there, and that's why his own party didn't run him.
Yeah, of course. There's no way. Look at this guy. Where is he? You had is it under inauguration? I think it's under inauguration.
Fauci should literally be in jail.
He should absolutely, and they should strip him of his protection that we paid $12 million for, and his 24-hour-a-day chauffeur and
dude, you understand, because of Fauci, like people weren't even able to go to their own family's funerals, man. They weren't able to have funerals for their own family because of Fauci. Like that is something. Forget the money, right? Forget losing your business, right? That is something you can never take back.
No,
the fact that because of you, I couldn't go to my own family's funeral.
Or weddings, any funerals. That's the most important. You could not say goodbye to those you love.
Right.
You couldn't.
You couldn't be in the hospital with them.
Right.
Because of what Fauci did.
How many suffer that? Countless.
And that's what I'm saying. This man deserves jail. And fuck what Biden did.
Yeah,
all that pardon bullshit, it needs to get overturned.
Do you know what else I think? I think it's going to do great damage to the Democratic Party. enormous. I don't think they've even calculated the extent of it. Because you and I, all of us here, whether you're on D. Dave Cobra, on his, you're at Benny Johnson's, you're at Neurotics, it's you and me, or you're on Chris Correlator. When we talk about such things, like we investigate them, we research them, we share our true feelings, we get to nail the facts. But this stuff trickles out. So you have everybody today who was watching the inauguration. Okay, there are some who weren't. By the end of the week, everybody in this country is going to know about those pardons. That is not going to be forgotten because it's never happened before. Because they're going to ask the same questions we're asking. Why did they need a pardon? You think anybody's going to believe because they didn't commit crimes and because people say bad things about them and hurt their bobo feelings? No one's going to buy that.
I will say the plus side in all this, though, is kind of piggybacking what you're saying, is they won't recover from this. I don't think the Democrats are going to recover from this. I think it's going to be a long while before the Democrats have any real power.
I agree. Istafobos nails it. The people will remember these pardons during the midterm. Hell yeah, Istafobos always bringing it with the best insight. They will, because there is no excuse for them. There is no explanation for them.
No. No, I think this is going to put a huge dent in any kind of momentum going forward for them. I think that, I mean, dude, honestly, we might not have another Democrat in office till
for a while.
You know what I mean? Like the next 12 years, I think, they're
going to need to find their own Trump.
They are.
They're going to need to find their own Trump.
They are. I think, you know what it is? I think this might be the end of the establishment Democrat.
From your lips to God's ear. But I hope it's the end of the establishment, both sides.
I agree. I totally
agree. Uniparty. Wipe out the damn Now, I don't mean it.
No, I get what you're saying. I've been preaching this message for, dude, like I always say, I'm politically homeless. I don't belong to either party. I don't want either party. So I'm all about just screw the parties, man. Like, vote on policy.
I mean, that's why I'll say MAGA to me represents the first time that we have a glimmer of a second party. Other than that, I've always looked at it in soccer. When you're in school, you have one team, and when you were going to practice, you had shirts and skins, right? That's how I view the Democrat and Republican Party of today, the establishment. I'm like, okay, this election, you're going to be skins. This election, I'm going to be shirts, because we're both paid by the same corporate masters, the military-industrial complex, the mainstream media, and next time we'll flip spots. You know why? Ever since Reagan, have you noticed? Let's just take illegal immigration, right? Illegal immigration, very simple. They've all been bitching about it in one way or the other for 40 years. But none of them have done anything about it. It's like one election, the Republicans get in and go, illegal immigration, we need security. It's for security. It's for national security. It's for national security. But okay, and the Democrats are like, it costs jobs. It costs jobs. They're like, okay, cool. So the Democrats get in. They're like, we're going to make sure illegal immigration never gets back. And then you have the Republicans on the other side. Whoa, we got big business over here. And we'll sign on to your illegal immigration package to reform it. But first, you got to do all the security measures. So then it flips back to the Republican side, and they're like, okay, now we're going to move forward, and we're going to stamp out illegal immigration. We're going to do all the security measures. And then the Democrats say, well, wait a minute, you can't do that. And they're like, you're playing a game. It's a shell game.
Yeah.
MAGA comes along, and they're like, guess what? We're just going to end this shit. Did you see? Hold on. Istafobos sent something in. Istafobos for $2. Love you, George. I love you more, my brother from another mother. Tired of winning it? US. No, I'm not tired of it. Just his executive actions today. Look at that, Istafobos. He is awesome. Love you, brother.
Never get tired of winning.
Hell no. And I think the winning begun today. Again, I haven't been able to nail down if it's 100 or 200 executive actions, because different magazines and papers are calling it differently. Half of them say he's going to sign 100. The other half say he's going to sign 200. One of the things he's doing, which the left is going to go ape shit over, is he is signing an executive action. Hold on, I'll pull it up. Just because YouTube is acting a little cuckoo today. Executive action on... Yes, it's the return of the loud keyboard. Executive action on... no. Here we go. No, that's not it. Why is it when I try to search for something and I put date and then it gives me, where are you? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Go pump this up. You know what? We're going to have, I was going to tell you, we're going to have Fletcher join us more. You should hear some of the stuff he was saying. He had some pretty sharp takes.
Yeah, for sure.
He had some pretty sharp takes. Hold on. Here we go. Trump vows to end American decline at Inauguration Eve rally. I couldn't find the other article. I'm just going to go through this. It talks about some tomorrow at noon, American decline. Da, 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 da. Son of a Fletcher, can you please, sir, find me his executive action list? It's going to state about men and women. That's what I'm looking for specifically. If you can, kind sir. Also, I didn't get to show you this. I was showing everybody else. Did you see Jeff Bezos over there?
Yeah.
You saw him with Hoochie Mama?
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny, man? I remember when Lauren Sanchez, she used to be like a local TV news caster here in LA. And I remember and this was like a long time ago. She had this show on, I think it was Channel 13. It was just her and this other super hot Latina.
Okay.
Right. And it was just the two of them. And I'm telling you, man, I never miss that show at all because they were both blazing hot and they dressed like it. You know what I mean? And it's so weird now to see she's like Jeff Bezos's wife, it's insane.
I know, but except she had the boobs popped out.
She always does. That's her thing.
But it's the Capitol Rotunda, and there's the picture I'll show after we go through this, of Zuckerberg is just staring.
Oh no, I saw that. Yeah, and that's because he's a little autistic, so
a little.
But no, his face was right there. I'm like, I get it, man. I get it.
I swear it needs to be a poster for Got Milk.
Oh yeah,
it's great. But this one was pretty amazing.
My name is Matt Lohmeyer. I was an Air Force F-15 pilot, and I was a commander in your newly created U.S. Space Force. I am also the first veteran of the Space Force because under the Biden-Harris regime, I was fired from my command and lost my pension for criticizing DEI trainings that were rampant in the military. Those trainings are still dividing our troops, and thank you for saying you would fire those few woke generals who are a big problem. I'm going to suggest that it might, in fact, require ongoing oversight and a persistent, consistent, watchful eye within the Pentagon to ensure this.
So this gentleman, right, he is now the undersecretary of the Air Force, and he was fired. He was fired before by the Biden administration. And so now he's under secretary of the Air Force. You're like, hell yeah. You gotta like it. That's the way it starts.
But though, I feel like just all around, man, they I know that we have to start with the military, but I just think, when it comes to physical jobs all around, there needs to be complete reconstruction.
Absolutely.
Right? There needs to be I'm tired of the of lowering the bar for female firefighters. I'm tired of lowering the bar for female cops. I'm tired of lowering the bar for female soldiers. All this stuff has to go.
I agree. You know what I'm hoping
if you can't do the job, you can't do the job. You get what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree. Lord Thoth, Air Force forever. Hell yeah. What I'm looking forward to is a repeat of this. I want this. If people don't know, Argentina over the weekend was declared after 14 years, they are out of a recession. And that's because of Javier Milei. His first promise, which he was going to pull him out of a recession and restart the economy, get it roaring again. He did it. The one that everybody bet against, he did it in a year. One year. And it's all, how did he do it? He started this way.
Ministerio de Turismo y Deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Aunque te resistas. Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología e Innovación, Afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social. Afuera. Ministerio de Educación. Adoctrinamiento. Afuera. Ministerio de Transporte. Afuera. Ministerio de Salud. Afuera. Ministerio de Desarrollo Social. Afuera. Se acabó el curro de la política. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo! Ministerio de Turismo.
That's what Trump needs to do. I don't know Argentina's laws, so I don't know if it was just easier for him to do, but that man is a monster for the people. For the people. You even had lefties working for the Telegraph and the Times in the UK that were saying, I do not like him, but I have to make him like my man of the year for economic policy. Like they've come out over the weekend where they're praising him. You know how hard that is for a lefty to chew down when they're having to praise somebody who doesn't believe like they do.
Well, it also probably helps that Argentina sent over a lot of their illegals here. So, I mean, they got rid of the bad element, right? They sent all their worst people here, and then, you know, they were able to thrive after that. So
the other thing is that Trump announced last night, where did it go? Here it is. The BBC is reporting on it heavily, funny enough. Nope, wrong one. Is that he said yesterday and on Friday that he would start this week. He's getting rid of the Department of Education because he said he promised it in the first term, didn't follow. You know, he didn't explain why he didn't follow through, but he says it's going to happen now. He wants it to return back to each individual state. Obviously, the states know what's best for them, and it could be more a traditional education. You know, he's like civics. He goes, when was the last time someone took civics? Basic things. He goes, when was the last time they were shopped? You know, a lot of the schools that I've gone around to, that I've talked to, you know, they don't have shop anymore. They don't have any ability to teach a trade that someone's interested. Someone, you know, people used to go, I like cars. I want to be a mechanic. I want to repair things. I want to do roofing. I want to do welding. None of that. A lot of it's gone.
Oh, dude, those classes, the shop classes disappeared a long time ago, man. It's like the more they started like pushing hard for everybody to go to college and go into debt, a lot of the trades started to kind of disappear. And then it's funny because you hear about now how, like, if you're a plumber these days, right, you know, or even just a repairman, you know, you're making like hundreds of thousands of dollars just because of the fact that, you know, there's not a lot of them. Right. It's like not like there used to be, because everyone's, you know, wasting their time, you know, in college because they think that, hey, if I study, you know, liberal arts, I'll have this great job when I get out. But
and then what happened? You remember what the media used to say? They're like, oh, go learn to code.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's like there was a time where, you know, not everyone, you realize not everybody was built for college. And so
not everybody wants it. Not only
you learn to trade.
Right, but not only is not everyone built for it, not everybody actually wants it, even the ones who are built for it. Some people like to work with their hands. Some people like to work outside. Some people like to work we used to have a space for everyone to find the thing that drew them, and we showed them how to make a living from it and to succeed.
And they could make a living, and they could even own a house.
Yep.
You know, I mean, there was a time where, you know, if you were a plumber, you could actually have a stay-at-home wife and kids, and you could go do your job, and you could still afford a house, a car. We've kind of drifted from that, man.
And we need to get back to it. Fletcher just brought this up for us. It goes, immediate release, President Trump's America's first priorities. Make America safe again. President Trump will take bold action to secure our border and protect American communities. This includes Biden's catch and release policies, which, by the way, you saw that. He ended that CPB app 2 seconds after he was sworn in, because it would bring in 1,400 to 1,800 people a day. They would make an appointment before they were in the country so they could come in. Like, Biden had set up an appointment for them. Like, hey, you want to come into our country and you're illegal? Guess what? Here's an app for you. You can even make an appointment, schedule, and just hop on over. Crazy.
Yeah.
And you know the number one destination for that after Texas, California. Like your state was flooded. They would go from San Francisco. I mean, it was insane. Here we go. President Trump's deportation operation will address the record border crossings of criminal aliens under the prior administration. The president is suspending refugee resettlement after communities were forced to house large and unsustainable populations of migrants, straining community safety and resources. The armed forces, including the National Guard, will engage in border security, which is now national security, and will be deployed to the border to assist existing law enforcement personnel. President Trump will begin the process of designating cartels, including the dangerous Tren de Aragua, as foreign terrorist organizations, and use the Alien Enemies Act to remove them. I like that. What do you think about that? Labeling the cartels as terrorists.
Well, I mean, dude, that should have happened a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
You know, I got to be careful what I say because I'm in California.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they pretty much reside here. So, but
really, I thought they were in the east.
The cartel?
No, the Tren de Aragua, however you say.
Oh yeah. Well, I look, man.
You're talking about the Mexican cartels. I got you.
Yeah, no, I had it confused, but no, but I think, look, man, with any cartel, right? Any cartel where they're bringing drugs into the country, they should have been treated as terrorists a long time ago.
It seems like that would have been the easiest way to get rid of them. Like you make them
because they are, man.
Like
they're literally terrorists, and they own the countries that they're a part of.
Right.
They pay the cops, they pay the politicians.
So wouldn't that be easy if, like, you label them terrorists, like the president's going to do, and that means treat them the same way that we used to treat Al Qaeda? That means we could go wipe them out.
And you send the military in there and you wipe their asses out, right? Like that.
So that would end it. That seems like it would end it. Like they'd be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have. I mean, I know in Mexico there have been reports that the cartels cumulatively have like 14,000 soldiers. I'm like, cool. That's not enough.
It's not enough.
You got fighter jets. You know, you got tanks. You got spec ops. I mean,
but the problem is they have a lot of money, right? And they pay American politicians to look the other way.
Yeah, I think all that's going to end. All that's going to end.
I'm telling you, man. The legal marijuana trade here in California, the cartel owns a good percentage of that.
Really? I thought that was all local. I didn't know the cartel was involved.
Well, here's the thing. What they're doing is they are local. What they're doing is they're muscling in the weed farmers here.
So they're doing like gangsters, basically.
They're doing gangster stuff, and they're taking over the weed farmers' business, and yeah. And for some reason, California looks the other way, right? Like they act like they don't know what's going on.
The same way with the fires. The same way.
Newsom is a cancer, man. He needs to go.
I mean, we were talking about that yesterday during the celebration. I believe it's Newsom. I think was it Derek that said it, who was like, he doesn't think a lot will change. I'm like, I think Newsom is toast. I don't think he has any shot in hell for president.
Oh no, he's toast. But I think, unfortunately, with California, I mean, he's not going anywhere, right? Like a lot of people will be fired. A lot of people will step down because of these fires.
You don't think he'll be recalled?
He'll be untouched.
You don't think he'll be recalled after the fire?
Because they're going to blame shift all of this to Karen Bass. All of it. They're going to blame all of it on her, and rightfully so. She deserves a big part of it. But Gavin Newsom is right there with her. He needs to go too.
Yeah, I think it's his. I think his time is over. He needs to just hit the bricks.
I think his long-term political plans are dead. I don't. There's no way. There's no way. After what he's done in California, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't. I think he just
no one is going to vote for him in this country.
Yeah, he overstepped the mark too far. And now I was reading through his Marshall Plan to rebuild LA and all the surrounding areas. Do you know he was saying that he's going to suspend all environmental policies that impact building, fires, like all they're gone, so he can rebuild LA.
Yeah, but what he's not saying is, when he talks about all this rebuilding shit, is the rebuilding is going to come from, these foreign investors who are basically going to buy up the property for cheap, 'Cause that's what they're doing, right? They're doing that right now. They're trying to make people offers for their property for half the price, for half its value. And they know that some people are desperate right
Yeah,
now.
they don't have insurance.
And they'll take it.
Yeah. There was a report that came out 20 hours ago. I have not confirmed it, meaning it was 2 videos and an article, which I could not find. That's what I mean by not confirmed it, everybody in the audience, that said that BlackRock is going from home to home offering people money.
Yeah, there's stuff like that happening, man. And
like cash. They're offering them cash.
I'm telling you right now, man, this was not to be a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like a lot of this shit was planned.
Yeah, it's just very odd how, I mean, what's it been? 7-8 days?
Well, you understand the same thing happened in Maui, right? The same thing happened in Hawaii.
Right. But I know, but that was, everybody questioned that. It's like, how could it be that instance? Like you're there, it's happening, and hope, hey, by the way, we got a check for you.
Yeah. So it happened there, it happened here, and it's going to just keep happening.
The only reason I think, Professor Fear, why a third recall would work, only because of the publicity this time around. I think the numbers, it's kind of like the election, too big to rig. I think there'd be so many people who are pissed off, unless I'm wrong about the numbers.
No, you're not wrong. The thing about it, like I said, his long-term plans, I think, are shot for sure, especially now. Because you have to understand, it's not just about the fires. He's been mismanaging California since he's been in office, right? I mean, down to the lockdowns where, we lost all these businesses. SpaceX, Elon left California. Joe Rogan left. All these people left California because of how badly Gavin Newsom's running it. Gary and his wife left.
I think Phillips either is planning to leave or left because of the regulations for their oil.
Probably.
Boogers taste salty for $5. I live in SoCal. Verbal is 100% right. Bass and the local authorities will take all the blame. But Newsom is done on the national level. Yeah, I just can't see. Thank you for that. Boogers taste salty. I just can't see on the national level. I think his aspirations for president are finished the day that with the fire. And Mr. Phobos says it was.
I mean, unless Nancy Pelosi pulls some bullshit.
What memory hole? Everybody's memories. How do you remove the? I mean, even Bill Maher has gone. Again, he plays this all the time.
I don't trust nothing Bill Maher says anymore, man.
I don't, but he is roasting them left and right.
Bill Maher always tries to play this game where, he's a common sense Democrat. He's not. I mean, he shifts with the wind.
He's a fair weather dude. He does.
Yeah. He goes where the winners are. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And right now he's taking victory laps because he's claiming that he's like one of the lone, liberal voices out there who was trying to speak reason to the liberal party and trying to warn them about what would happen. And it's I used to defend Bill Maher. I used to be a big Bill Maher fan. I just can't anymore, man.
I defended him when he had his original show, Politically Incorrect.
Oh yeah, I mean, I loved it, man. And you know what's funny is that was a show for liberals. That was a show for 90s liberals. You know what I mean? And that's why I always tell people, man. Yeah, I was a liberal for a long time, but you have to understand, being a liberal meant something very different.
Oh God!
Back in the 80s and 90s and even early 2000s, being a liberal meant you fought for shit like freedom of speech. You fought for no censorship, right? We didn't want rap lyrics censored. We didn't want we wanted. We didn't want video games censored. We didn't want because they were trying to make video games non-violent and all this other shit. And that's the kind of thing we want to we want to legalize weed. Like, these are the things that liberals fought for, right? And then it became something very different around the mid 2000s. So
different, yeah, when complete DEI. And that's one of the things that Trump's also said. He's going to get rid of DEI, like wipe it out of the government.
But I don't know about that. Here's my problem, man. Like, the reason, look, I'm happy Trump won, and I'm happy that he's having his big day today, and it's a celebration for a lot of people. I get that, right? The problem is, for California, it's a little bittersweet for places like here because we're still ran by a blue government, right? So even though Trump is in office, we still got to deal with the assholes here.
But what about what about some of his team have been saying? You know the way Gavin Newsom got the legislature in Sacramento together last week, where they're like, we're going to Trump-proof California for $50 million.
See, that's what I'm talking about. We got to deal with that.
Right, but then there were members from Trump's secondary circles through different congressmen and not any senators, and they were basically stating, we're going to Newsom-proof California. And the reporter, I'm trying to find the video now, and the reporter was like, well, how are you going to do that? He's like, well, a lot of the federal funds, we're going to start squeezing them until he does what we want. That's what they're basically saying. So California, they're saying, is going to have a choice. You want these federal funds for all of these projects? You're going to have to now do X, Y, and Z. You think that would work in Sacramento?
Probably. I don't know, man. I at this point, everything's kind of up in the air.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I only ask that because the fires have seemed to they brought a lot of attention. They've woken a lot of people up in California that I've been watching on the news. The mother, did you see the mother, the one who tried to talk to Newsom? Did you see the video?
Oh yeah, no, I love that. And I know a lot of people said it's staged, but I'm like, yeah, but for who? Like, how was it staged? Like, I'm sure Newsom didn't stage that.
No, it was bad for him.
It looked bad for him. So like, who would have staged this?
Right. Yeah, it was the clip of her. I'm trying to find it. It was the peer.
Oh, but I loved watching that though, because you know what, she was on his ass.
She was definitely on his ass. I want to show that to everybody because not everybody has seen it.
You know what though? I will say this, man. To his credit, at least he talked to her. At least he said something. Unlike Karen Bass, in that bitch when that reporter was asking her questions, right? And she wouldn't even answer. She wouldn't even give an answer.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where the hell it is. Hold on. Oh, here it is. I may have got it because I don't think many people have seen this because it just came out. And it's a beautiful few moments. Here we go.
Why is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through.
Why? I want to be here when you call the president.
So the question is, has the governor lived up to his word? But joining me now is Rachel herself. Rachel, great to have you on Uncensored. I watched that with mounting anger, actually, on your behalf, because you were just getting so obviously fobbed off by Gavin Newsom, and your anger was palpable and entirely justified. How do you feel now that everyone's seen this video? How do you feel about it?
I'm an American, Piers. Thanks for having me on. Am I allowed to use the word that starts with W on your show?
Absolutely.
He's a wanker. That's all I can say. It was insanity. It was pure insanity. It's still insanity. I was standing in front of my daughter's preschool, for God's sake. Methodist preschool.
Like, what do you think that was about Newsom, that he actually thought he could stand there in front of a mother with the phone turned towards him and goes, I'm talking to the president. Like, is she supposed to be retarded? Like, I mean, seriously, was she supposed to be mentally deficient that she couldn't see, 12 inches from her, 15 inches from her eyes? Like, yeah, you're not.
But also good on her for calling him out, because if he was only there for a photo op, man, he was there to show he's doing something, right? Which he really isn't. And it's the same thing with like all these other phonies, man. Meghan Markle and her husband, and them, jumping in front of disaster pictures. It's like, get out of here, man.
I know you saw that they wouldn't allow people back into Altadena, but they were there somehow.
They were allowed. People who lost their homes weren't able to go into there, but Meghan Markle and Prince Cut got to go in there.
It was nuts the way they did it. And then they opened up their homes. They opened up their homes to their friends from LA evacuating. So I was reading that, and they're like, okay, they're $29 million because they doubled in value. So their $29 million mansion was open to other multimillionaires. Because I was like, did they take in the single moms living paycheck to paycheck, the firefighters risking their lives? Anybody? No.
Dude, like I said, I know 4 people who lost their homes. None of them are rich. None of them are rich, man. They make an average living, and right now they are in bad shape because everything they poured, all the money they had was poured into those homes.
Yeah. It's nuts.
looking at the rubble of her school, looking at the rubble of school where all those kids, I was up on a mountain coming down the hill when the fire started. I was one of the first people to know about this fire. I got to tell you, we were the second home in at the top of the hill. It took me 5 hours to get down the hill. Not a single fire truck, not a single bit of assistance, no warning, no nothing. And then
5
to come
hours?
down the hill,
Oh.
ask somebody else to watch my daughter and then know that that person's house burned down. And in a matter of moments, to see that I'm standing in front of the man who's been in charge of my state since 2011 in some way, shape, and form. Well, there's so much that goes on inside of you, and I just had to ask him, and then to be lied to so bald-faced. I'm looking at his phone.
That's what I'm saying. She's looking at it, so I didn't know what he was doing. It's like he should have said something else. I'm talking.
All he had to do was say, "I'm in talks with the president," right? Like whatever.
Yeah, but but that tells you what kind of person he is. He's lying to a desperate mother who was afraid at the moment, who wanted some reassurances, who's looking for a resolution, who's looking for help, who wants some answers, and he's just right there lying to her, just like right to her face.
He's Patrick Bateman, man. He's American Psycho.
Right. You are right. You nailed it.
He's a sociopath.
You nailed it. You nailed it. Absolutely.
He actually offered his phone to me, Pierce.
And was he on the phone to President Biden, do you think? Or did he make that up?
Was he on the phone with President Biden? The cameras were running, obviously. I caught him from the time I was in my vehicle with the Sky TV, and I rushed over to him. I didn't do anything to change his particular circumstances. He was not on the phone with the president. The very first call on his call log was to a woman. It was his wife.
It was his wife.
I mean, good for her, man. Like, she stood her ground.
I like that. She just she let him have it. She let him have it, and then he deserves it. I can't.
And that's what pisses me off, man. When I hear guys like Bill Burr talk about what a great job the fire department's done. Like, Bill, get the fuck out of here, man. Are really?
Again, do you think that's him auditioning for a job or trying to safeguard his career?
Oh yeah. Dude. He's trying to look. Here's the thing. I would say when Bill Burr was just a comedian, he probably had a lot more integrity. He probably had a lot more, substance to him. I think though now, Bill Maher's trying to be a movie star. He's trying to be in movies, and you got to kiss the ring. You got to play ball, and now he's a shill. He's going to say whatever he has to get his next role.
Do you know his wife? His wife is woke as hell, right?
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Right. So I did some digging on her, and you can see their pictures. However, I'm not going to pull them up now, but there are pictures of her. If anybody wants to go look online, where you have the president of the United States, you had Trump, who's about 6 feet from her, Burr's a few feet away from him, and she's sitting there flipping him off, and you're like, "Where's the respect?" The man is right there, right? So then I did some more digging on her. Do you know that some reporter mistook her at a distance and said, "Is that Regina King?" She did this whole thing where she turned around and goes, "This is the prime example of the white patriarchy and the bigotry that is embedded in every person who's white in the media." I mean, she went ape shit. I mean, just nuts, where she was saying that every white person in the media, she goes, maybe in the country, they're all inbred as racist. And I'm sitting here thinking, you're married to a white guy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Are you saying that he's racist?
Yeah, I never understand shit like that. It's because what's funny is the people, specifically the women, who always say shit like this are always married to a white guy.
I know, but when she's saying that, but I didn't see Bill Burr react because it's like, honey, hey, I'm white. I love you. You love me. It's like,
no, because look here, you know what it is, man. I'll be honest with you. Bill has kind of trapped himself.
Okay.
Right? Because the thing is, he can't do anything to piss this woman off because he'll lose half his shit in a divorce. Right? So now he has to, take it. He has to just take it up the ass because, this woman owns him now.
Right. It's odd. It's just, when I was listening to this, I was just, yeah, it's like he cucked himself.
Yeah, he did. He cucked himself, and this woman who now, you know, bears his last name, or at least the ring on her finger, you know, she owns him.
Yeah, it's nuts. Luna's Blade for $10. What do you guys think about Trump Hollywood ambassadors? Perhaps I shouldn't be, but I'm actually excited and hopeful. Today is a great day. Hell yeah, today is a great day. You feel it in the air. There's that electricity. We had a little rough start in the beginning. We got shut down a couple of times, but you never back down. You always go forward. What do you think about that, Verbal?
I'm not really taking it serious yet. I don't. You know, I don't know how that's going to work, because I know they said that they were going to be ambassadors to try to bring, you know, the film business, you know, kind of back here. The problem is, though, is like on the state by state level, there's different laws for shooting film, right? And until California stops taxing these studios out the ass to film here, then it's not going to matter who the ambassadors are. It's not going to do any good. So, I don't know. That one is going to be kind of like I'll believe it when I see it.
You don't think the studios could apply? I thought the studio. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I always believed. I haven't researched it. I've always believed that California was the same way Vegas is run by the casinos. I always thought the studios ran California behind the scenes. Like,
well, the studios run Southern California. Northern California is. It's a different place altogether, man.
Okay.
Honestly, California should probably be split in two, because Northern Cal is very different than Southern California. But you know, you're right. I think that used to be the case. I don't know if the studios have the same kind of power that they used to have. But because if they did, then they would have been able to change some laws so that they can shoot here.
Okay.
But since they haven't been able to shoot here for a long time, I don't know.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
I mean, it's dumb, because you would think, I mean, film is like our main product here, right?
Right.
Like where California is known for movies, we're known for TV, and yet we can't shoot anything here.
And that's because of the taxes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, taxes, permits, anything they can to nickel and dime you, then that's what they're going to do.
It's crazy. I was reading, because wasn't it, I think it was 4 months ago, where Newsom was, he wanted to put together a almost $1 billion fund to help out the studios. And I was like, why not just change the way you have your regulations set up so the studios can film everything they need? But no.
Yeah, I really don't understand. Again, though, that's Newsom making his bad decisions.
It's like he'd rather give them $1 billion than actually make it possible for them to make the money by shooting.
Also, where's he getting the $1 billion from, man? Like, he has mismanaged so much of our money that it's nuts.
Yeah, it is. Look at this. This is also why I'm excited. Purple.
I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
I think that's beautiful. I think it's about time to wipe out DEI.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it hasn't helped us.
Not one bit. Not one bit. Oh, and here's the picture I was telling you about, that one I was looking for from earlier. Here, it's funny. The audience is seeing something. Zuckerberg. He's like, look. It's just caught himself. It's just too funny the way that,
like, he can't. It's like, dude, But again, maybe I'm blaming the autism here, but
but the way he's looking, it's not subtle.
Like you can't stare, man. That's the thing.
I know.
Like I get it, but you can't stare.
You know he's gonna eat hell when he goes back home.
Oh, dude, yeah, because he's married, man.
He is married, and if you've ever listened to an interview with his wife,
Dude, and I mean, his eyes were locked.
Of course they were. He's like, I'm hungry.
Like he can't even say he was looking at something else.
No, because there's nobody. There was Bezos next to him, but Bezos. There was another picture. That's why I couldn't find it. The full picture. Bezos is just kind of like smiling, like you can see out of the corner of his eyes. Like, yeah, it was nuts. And here, and here you got Millie has already been.
And you know what's crazy is between the two of those guys, man. Just the amount of money sitting in that room.
Oh, we're talking about almost $1 trillion.
Yeah,
Zuckerberg, Musk, and Bezos alone.
And Bezos all together in the same place.
Right. I mean, almost $1 trillion. I don't know how much Zuckerberg.
I mean,
is
close. Shit. I mean, very close, man.
Wow. Yeah, I agree with you, Mike Lennox. I agree with you, Mike Lennox. There's another billionaire who was talking about, this will probably be one of our last subjects, because I also know you have this afternoon with
actually, yeah, I gotta take off.
So we're gonna wrap this up. This will be the last thing we do. Fletcher, you want to come out here as we go over this? This is our last one.
Okay.
Here we go. This is tech billionaire Mark Pincus, and the exact reason when he was red-pilled. Tech billionaire Mark Pincus announced his support for Trump just days before the 2024 election during a recent appearance on a podcast. Blah, 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 blah. We'll go here. Tech billionaire and lifelong Democrat Mark Pincus reveals his red pill moment sparked by Mike Solana's pirate wires and the Very Fine People hoax culminating in him voting for Donald Trump. I started reading at Pirate Wires and Mike Solana, and I thought he was a little crazy at first because he would write these articles, and one he wrote was about how the Ukrainian soldiers had swastikas on their helmets, and the New York Times photographers would ask them to take the swastikas off for photos. I said, that can't be true. And then 4 months later, it was in the New York Times, buried in the middle of the paper, and I kept seeing stories like that. He would be early on. So I started feeling more uncomfortable and queasy with what was going on with the mainstream media. Then in May of 2024, I read an article that talked about Trump's speech in Charlottesville, where he said there are good people on both sides. And the article said it was completely propaganda and didn't actually reflect what he said, that he denounced the Nazis a bunch of times in his speech. So then I went and watched the video, and that was my red pill moment. This is what I'm finding refreshing. Is you're talking about individuals who have been bankrolling the Democratic Party for years. That many of them, I don't believe all of them, that many of them, when you start listening to their interviews or you read what they're writing on X, on social media, you'll see their natural progression. Like I think Anna Kasparian, I think she's having a natural growth. I don't think it's phony. You know, some people are saying it's phony.
No. Anna, this is like, and the thing is, and the reason why I know it's not phony is because I feel like I relate to her journey in this. Like you know, it's one of those things where, you know, you thought for the longest time a certain way.
Yeah.
But at some point you have the balls to realize you made a mistake and admit it.
Yeah.
And now you just kind of see, the thing is, like, I think she's in the same place I am. You know, like I think she's just politically homeless. She doesn't care about either party. She's done with that because at some point it becomes team sports. Right. It becomes a team sport. And it's like, and that's a stupid way to look at government.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So now there are a lot of them I don't buy their transitions. I think a lot of
there's a lot of phonies, man. Look at Zuckerberg. He's a phony.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's another kind of like billionaire Bill Maher. Like, the moment's shifting, I got to go over here. And the Harry and Meghan's phonies to the, bread and the bone phonies. Like they talk about censorship, and after Zuckerberg put out all his changes for Meta, the first thing they do is put out a statement. We find this reputable, reprehensible, it's disgusting. This is not free speech. This is hate. The more hate you allow, the less free speech you have. I never understood that statement, but a lot of people on the left use it.
But I also do think that, as far as people on the right, like I believe me, I get it. I understand when you've been, preaching to the clouds about how messed up things are and what's been going on, and only to be shut down and be called something. But I think at the same time, there needs to be like a certain grace, because like people do wake up, man. You know, I used to be one of those cringy liberals back in the day. And then at some point you wake up, right? For me, I woke up during the pandemic. I woke up during the lockdown when I started questioning the shit going on here in California and having all these liberals turn on me. I realized, okay, I'm shaking some things loose here that I didn't realize were that messed up, right? And some people do have a natural, you know, trajectory as far as, you know, where they started to where they are now, right? Because I went from TDS to voting for Trump,
Right.
literally, right? And I think there are some people who are in that same boat. But yeah, you do have your phonies as well.
You do, and I think a lot of them are coming from Silicon Valley. I just think I think a lot of them, not all of them. I just think a lot of them are coming from there, and they're doing it more for business reasons than they are for we believe in, you know.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna do that. That's we're gonna pretty much wrap it up. I'm gonna show you all the new White House, the new White House video, and then we are done. You still have that link that you sent me, Fletcher?
Yeah, it's right there on the top if you see it. Let's
There
see.
it is.
Oh, you got it?
No, where is
Okay,
it?
hold on.
I want y'all to take a look
I
at
just
the
had
new
it up right now.
Okay.
Hilarious.
It's beautiful. Have you seen the new White House, everybody? It is the new White House website. Hey, War Monkey, how you doing? Great to see you here. Great to see
I
you
just
here.
put it on the private.
There we go.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it looks great. And they update it with the part of the executive orders that they're like updating as they go. So right now, I think only like 4 of them are up there.
I'm gonna hold on. It won't let me stop it. Damn it. Okay.
If you touch the X, there you go.
Wow.
Hey, wait a minute. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this on X. Yeah, because it's hold on. Let me do it on X where they've actually captured it. It won't will not allow me to reload it. Here we go. This is what it shows you when you first. Look at that, black and white. It's beautiful.
So
No,
cool.
that's what you get when you first log on to it now. And after that, you pretty much he was supposed to load up the executive orders. Executive actions.
Yeah, he's got some.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Flying the flag of the United States at full staff on Inauguration Day, designation of chairman and acting chairman, designation of acting leaders, sub-cabinet appointments, cabinet and cabinet level appointments. So we're going to see all day today.
Yeah, and we got a super sticker. It's
Hell
a for you coffee.
Oh, what is that currency? So I can call it out property. Does anybody know?
I don't. That one stopped me.
Nini, can you tell me what currency that is? Because I appreciate your super sticker. I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't recognize it.
It's almost like a symbol.
It's 12 Ninis? No, it's Nini. Thank you for the super sticker of 12. George, when did I get back on YouTube? About an hour later, because I was like, not going to leave the Slayers alone. We're going to get through this. We're getting through this. I wouldn't.
All right, gents, I gotta take off.
You have a great day, my friend.
But yeah, it's good hanging with you guys, and we'll talk about this definitely some more on Wednesday. So
absolutely, have a blessed day. Thank you. It's Republican credits.
It's Republican credits.
It's shekels. Oh, well, where's the sticker?
Shekels. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Nini, for 12 shekels. I appreciate it. Love the super sticker. It means a lot. It's always warming to everybody that makes Slayer Nation from all over the world. Bless you all. So we're gonna have a great. I think we had a great show today, Fletcher.
I think we did. Yes.
I think we did.
No lack for trying, right?
No, we had to keep at it, but that's how it is. That's how it is in life. You know, you get obstacles. I got to tell you all a story. Maybe we'll do it Wednesday. I got to tell you all a story. Or maybe later tonight I'll jump on about overcoming obstacles, something that I had to do in 2000. Sometimes, you know, obstacles, like everything else, when you're going through something at the moment, you hate it. Nobody likes going through crap. We just don't. But sometimes if you take a step back at that particular moment and think, once I get through this, I'm going to be 5 to 10 times stronger than I am. It gives you just a little bit different perspective. It shifts things. It doesn't take away the stress of the moment, but it alleviates the not possibilities. How would I put it? It's kind of like you're in a vice. You feel the pressure, but you know once it ends, you're going to be able to take more pressure next time. And you're going to be able to cope with it better. You're going to be able to handle it better. You're going to be able to relax better. And each time that happens, so you get stronger mentally, physically, emotionally. And as you do that, you'll start noticing that things in life that used to bother you 5 years ago, 10 years ago, the minute things, the little things that used to drive you crazy actually don't matter anymore. It's kind of like they bounce off you, like you're made of steel. And because you keep changing your perspective, you keep changing your life and what you can handle. It's like when you first start lifting weights, or when you're a kid and you pick up a box for the first time, you're like, oh, it's incredible. By the time you're 15, it's like, oh, that's lighter. And by the time you're 20, it means nothing. You can carry double, triple, quadruple. And you keep going. It becomes easier and easier. Those experiences, however much we don't like them, are necessary. And that's something we've been missing in our society for a long time. We wanted to remove a lot of that experience that built you up, that you needed to go through. So I thank you for all sticking around. I thank you for all being here. I wouldn't be here without you. Y'all are amazing. Love you all. Please go thank Olaf, Lord Thoth, Eric K, and Fletcher. Fletcher, where are you? Let everybody come out here. Thank you, Fletcher.
You're welcome.
Wonderful day today. We stuck it through. We made it.
Third time's a charm.
The hell, third time's a charm. Nini, bless you. Mary Mac, One Punch Man, Tolkien fan. Olaf, thoughts on there, buddy, with Nigel. I hope you all have a blessed day. And remember, to make the rules, that's what you want to do. You want to make the rules, not serve them. Stand tall every day when you look in the mirror. All you have to remember is we're fighters with one unbreakable rule. We never bow down and we never bend the knee. Always forward.